Hello friend, this is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about how having a high vibration and expecting the best from others brings great results in your life. Oftentimes people don't understand the power of their words, of their thoughts, of course of their actions. They understand that because that relates more to the physical world, but as far as the spiritual world of your thoughts and your vibration, the mindset and the attitude that you're vibrating out there for everyone to experience, which everyone knows, even if they say, oh, I don't believe in vibration, but they know because they've walked into a room where everything seems normal as far as the people. If you just look at appearances, you're just observing sight by what's going on, but you feel something, there feels like tension in the air. It feels like anger in the air or whatever. And you'll discover that there was a fight in that room. Those individuals in the room just had a fight. Even though they're smiling and they look happy and everything looks normal, you can just sense there's something wrong here. That's that vibration that they're both exuding that is experienced by everyone. And this is the world we live in. Even in a physical level, everything gets down to vibration, energy vibrating. And that is what is known. That's basic science. But that also correlates into the spiritual world because your thoughts have vibration. Your thoughts actually have matter. They have mass. And so when you're expecting little from people and you're putting that out there, it is like sending off little triggers in them to cause them to behave into matching that vibration. Because listen, if they don't match that vibration, they're going to go away. They're going to go somewhere else. It's like the example I've used about if you're operating at the frequency of a radio station of 100.1 and somebody else is tuned in 98.6, you guys are not hearing the same signal. You're on different frequencies. You cannot meet because you don't have the same signal tuned in. And so you're receiving something different. And this is life. When you're putting a different signal out, two people can walk into the same place and experience the same individuals, but yet one is in a high vibration, that positive attitude, thinking about the good things, following Philippians 4:8, having confidence and faith in God. The other is down and depressed and gloomy and doom and gloom and all these bad things and always negative. And they're going to have completely different experiences dealing with the exact same situation and the exact same people. And you know what will happen? Even in some cases, that negative person will go in and if, say, they're going to meet someone that's very positive and upbeat, that positive and upbeat person will get called off somewhere else, and a new person will take their place that's negative and doomy and gloomy, just like the person. So they're literally attracting and they're repelling the good people, because those good people don't need to experience that. And their frequency is so high, they're not going to be in the same level. So those two aren't even going to come into being together. This is where your expectations of other people are so important. If you're expecting the worst, you're presuming the worst. Somebody's failed you. Oh yeah, they're always failing me. They never follow through what they say they're going to do. What do you think's going to happen? You may say, well, I can't just say they always follow through because that's a lie. And no, you don't have to say it lies. You can say things that are upbeat. They're going to begin a new path of following through. That's not a lie. That's a prophecy. You're foretelling, you're decreeing something good for them. You're not cursing them. You're not speaking cursing. You're speaking blessing. And you're not lying. You're prophesying. You're speaking forth what you want. You are decreeing a thing and seeing it be established unto you. And you're believing for the best for them. And I'll tell you, and I know this doesn't make sense if you're just dealing in a physical, if you're a materialist, only focusing on the physical world, and that's all your real interaction with the world. But when you really get into this, and you're led by the Spirit, and you're operating in that faith, hope, and love, and you have that compassion that you're moved with, that our Lord was moved with compassion toward people. You're expecting the best. You will bring out the best in other people. And if those people just are not going to get in tune with that high vibration frequency that you're operating on, they will go away. They'll find somewhere else to be. They'll find other people to be around. And the problems that they've been creating in your life will go away naturally. But that's going to require you to operate at that high level, that high vibration, constantly and consistently. You cannot be wavering to and fro and being tossed around like a wave of the sea. You have to be confident. You cannot doubt. You cannot be in unbelief. And when you operate that high vibration level, always looking for the best, always speaking blessing, not cursing, you will begin to experience a life surrounded by people who are blessings and who are being blessed. Because that's obviously part of it. You don't just want everybody to be a blessing to you, you also want them to be blessed themselves. Because there's nothing joyful to see other people suffering. Even if they're nice to you and they're a blessing to you, you obviously want them to do well also. Now I know this is going way over some people's heads because they, like I said, are just dealing with material things. And spiritual things, things that are weightier matters, they don't even know of, because your average church is not going to talk about this. Or, even worse, they say the opposite of it, and they contradict it. Because they want you dependent upon them. They don't want you to be led by the Spirit of God, because then you don't need them. Then you just need God. And yes, you assemble together with other believers, but you're not requiring them for your daily life advice and how to live, and how to behave, and how to act. And you're not desperately clinging to them all the time because you have God. And that's what, unfortunately, many churches have put themselves in the place of God, where people are depending upon them. Don't let people tell you that you don't, oh, that doesn't work. I tried it for 2 days. It didn't work. Everybody in my life was still miserable. Yes, you have years of negativity you've sown out there. It's going to take a little longer than a day to see your whole entire life be better. But I'll tell you this. If you do get into a high vibration, you do get into that blessing mentality, where you're blessing and you're cursing not, you will begin to see things immediately start to get better. Situations where you had, and it was always a common experience of something negative, and you'll go into that exact same situation, nothing's changed except your vibration, and it will go completely differently for your betterment. And I deal with this in my book, Co-Creators with God, because this is so important that you understand vibration, that we live in a vibrational universe, even down to what you eat. And you know this from experience. See, in human language, we have different words for it. We talk about mood or how we feel, but that's human language describing vibration. So if somebody says they feel down, think about that word down. It makes me feel sluggish, run down. Think about that. What is that describing? Low vibration, that you're normally higher vibration where you're feeling upbeat and positive is being dragged down and pulled down. And so if you're expecting the worst from people, you're vibrating that negativity, you're cursing in your heart, you're cursing them in your heart, or maybe even you're verbally doing that to others. Oh, that person never follows through. They're so undependable. Or that person's so dumb, or that person's so negative, or whatever it may be. When you're cursing those individuals, you cannot expect a blessed experience with them and a blessed experience with other people when that's what you're putting out there. You can't expect to receive the blessing of God in your life when you're going around and cursing others. When you're going around that low vibration, but you want the results that individuals get from being in a high vibration. A vibration focused on the love of God, and the grace of God, and the mercy of God, and the goodness of God. And you can't have any of that if you're operating in a low vibration. And that's what, unfortunately, many people have been taught. Everything's got to be suffering, everything's got to be miserable, everything's got to be pathetic, everything's got to be weak, everything's got to be frail, everything's got to be failing. And that's somehow you learning lessons, which is the most insane thing. And really, truly, it's cursing God, because that kind of mentality, that God somehow is making you suffer and go through all this misery and terrific hardship so you can somehow learn some lesson. What lesson are you learning? And if that's true, then why not learn the lesson now and not have to go through the suffering at all? Which, of course, that's not true anyway. Expect the best, my friend. Expect the best from those around you. They're not there causing problems in your life so you can learn some valuable lesson. You may learn a lesson, but that's something that's going on anyway. And you don't have to go through that to learn a lesson. You don't have to speak evil about them to learn a lesson. You don't have to curse them to learn a lesson. You can expect the best. You can deliver the best and start to experience the best from those around you. If you'll operate in that high vibration mentality of following Philippians 4:8, of rejoicing evermore, of expecting the best, and of blessing those who you're going to come in contact with. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.